Thanks for having me, Albert. My name is Kundai Kuramba. Obviously, I've been here before. I'm 30 now. I identify as a Bantu Israelite from the country of Zimbabwe, Shona-speaking tribe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's start by identifying these two guys, okay? Last time you were here, you said that Congolese people are the true biblical Israelites. So, as well as me, by the way.
So essentially, a lot of the Bantu tribes that came from Africa, that came out of captivity, when we came out of captivity through the Sahara Desert, through the 40 years of desert, walking through the desert, we ended up settling in the place that's now called as Congo. So back then it was called the Kingdom of Bakongo. So if you're Congo, if you're Bantu, you're originally from the region of Congo, because he ended up then having to spread all the way to the west, all the way to the east, and then all the rest settled in the south. So you have pretty much all Bantu speaking people all throughout sub-Saharan Africa.
The Bantu people originate from Congo.
Yeah. So you have from that big kingdom of Bakongo, the king of Bakongo. Obviously, people speak Kikongo. They split groups, the tribes in there. So even if you notice in Bantu tribes, as it is, we all speak different languages. There's over 600 different languages spoke, but essentially from that one kingdom broke up into 12 other big kingdoms that were Bantu-speaking kingdoms. So I come from the kingdom of Mwene Mutapa. So that's near...
Mwene Mutapa, is that Shona?
Yeah.
So, Zimbabwean language.
So Chikaranga dialect.
Okay.
So that was near the city called Great Zimbabwe. So that's where that kingdom ruled. So from those kingdoms sprouted up other Bantu languages, and obviously that's when you have the Mosai punishing the people because we didn't follow his laws, statutes, and commandments through the promise that we gave, the covenant that we broke, the second covenant that we broke, and then we have the curses of Deuteronomy 28 that occurred to our people, that we will be taken on ships across the four corners of the earth, and will be treated as slaves, as second-class citizens, and that's where we are now.
Interesting. Do you have some, an opinion on what he just said? Because you're Congolese, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard what he just said?
I've definitely I've looked into the Bakongo, because we still have a Bakongo tribe in Congo. I would call them Bakongo, and they speak Kikongo. And I've actually read a little bit into the Kingdom of Congo, but interestingly, one of the first, so this is before colonization really brought Christianity into central southern Africa parts. One of the king of Congo in we're talking 1500s, 1600s actually converted to Catholicism. So I found that interesting, but that's as deep as I went into it. Just in regards to what my brother said about the Bantu, the Bantu peoples being the Israelites who were being punished because of breaking the covenant, as in Deuteronomy 28. I find that interesting, and it's interesting to hear your perspective, because I've had a few conversations with Hebrew Israelites. I'm not sure if you would identify as a Hebrew Israelite.
No, not exactly them, because they have differences that we differ on.
Okay,
they have similar beliefs, though.
So I've had more conversations with folks that would identify as Hebrew Israelites, but something that I always tell them that's interesting is that those Deuteronomy 28 commands that were tied to the Israelites, it's interesting that the book of Deuteronomy does not end in Deuteronomy 28. So I've never really spoken to the Hebrew Israelites. Have never given me an answer for Deuteronomy 29, 30, and 31, which actually speaks about restoration and how God will restore his people. Where's the restoration going to come? And in particular, for me, it gets interesting with Hebrew Israelites who claim to also believe in Messiah. If we believe the Messiah came, then according to Moses, he should actually undo the curse. But we Africans are still suffering all over the world. So the whole Deuteronomy 28 thing doesn't really, in my opinion, doesn't really stand if we're going to put it into the Bantu people. So as nice as it sounds, I just I don't buy it, and I personally don't identify as a Jew. I respect the Jews. They're my comrades in the faith, but I'm just an African.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Everybody's obviously free to think what they want.
So do you when it comes to the Jewish people, okay, we'll get more into that. Okay. Right now there's, it's all over the news about what's going on over there.
Yeah.
And that topic might be a bit too sensitive. I'll try not to get into that. That's not why we're here.
Exactly.
But he does not subscribe to the idea that those people are the true biblical Jews. Do you subscribe to that those are the true biblical Jews?
Yeah, I actually am, and this is why, like, even with this conversation about what's going on in, I've had a few conversations with different people because I actually listen to a lot of like Orthodox rabbis. I am a Christian, but I listen to a lot of Jewish Orthodox rabbis. I've learned a few Jewish prayers, like that they recite from the Bible, like the Shema and other prayers that they have. So because I genuinely believe that they're actually the Jewish people who are descendants, the true descendants of Abraham. I hold on to that.
Have you ever heard of the so-called lost tribes of Israel?
Yes, I have. I was listening to that. Actually, I was reading into that a little bit because I was spending some time in Isaiah. And I was just looking at the two splits between the kingdoms. And obviously, when the northern kingdom will be dispersed, those 10 tribes have been lost to history. So, which is why I can't exactly disagree with my brother. There might be some Jews who went to the kingdom of Congo. There might be some tribes there, but then saying that we, the Bantus, are the real Jews, you know what I mean? I do believe that the people that are in Israel now and claiming they're Jews, they actually are descendants of Abraham. And we might be, I never know, I might be part of those lost 10 tribes through my ancestry, but I don't know about that.
Interesting. Do you have a rebuttal? What did you say?
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. And it's written in the Bible that we are stiff-necked people, like we're very stubborn people. So
that's true.
It's not like it's an easy thing to get, because I think it's a lot of the things that we are as a people is we're very emotional. So everything is tied into emotion. So sometimes when we receive emotion that obviously challenges us, it takes us a while to obviously process it. But for example, if you then look at like history, for example, even in the Congo, they sent missionaries before they sent the actual colonizers before that. So if you look at it, like the people already accepted Christianity because it actually aligned with their customs, because they already knew who these people were. So there's people that actually don't know that back in the day, there were kings that were Jews. So Judah, so you have two kingdoms. Obviously, you have the kingdom of Judah, so that's Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. And then you have the northern tribes, the rest of the 12 tribes. And so you have Jews that used to rule in Portugal, Spain. They actually settled in the medieval times, so that's the Middle Ages. So historians love to call it the Dark Ages, because it's actually a way to mock us, because we don't actually know our history because of colonization, because of slavery. Amen. So history has actually kind of been...
He agrees, yeah. I agree with what he said.
I agree. So the point is that secret societies have been working against us since the beginning of this time period.
Do you think that Christianity came to Africa through, like you said, missionaries and
I think a different form of Christianity. So the form that we see today is a Romanized version of Christianity that was taken over by the pagan gods of Rome through going back all the way back to Semiramis, Nimrod, and Cush.
Interesting, man. That's a great start. Okay, so